proving up how those former secretaries of defense, CIA, NSA, deputy directors of the intelligence community all came together to politicize intelligence once again because they got caught on Russiagate and don't care. And they wanted President Biden to win so badly they were willing to lie to the American people. And they did it again.
That is so insane. It's so hard to believe because it's so corrupt and coordinated. The fact that 51 people would be willing to do that.
And they've doubled down on it. They keep doubling down on it.
How are they doubling down? In what way?
They've been asked in the years since. They've been like, hey, actually, do you remember the time where Hunter Biden got charged in 2 separate felony federal indictments?
Right.
In 2 different districts? And they're like, no, we stand by our, like the people that signed the letter have said, we stand by it. Guys like Clapper and Brennan and all these guys, Panetta. No.
So they stand by the idea that that laptop was Russian disinformation.
Yeah. And they know it's not. And these guys who rose to the highest ranks in government service won't come off that perch because the media will allow them to be propped up.
Wow.
And it's the same, look, totally switching gears, but a similar disinformation tale. January 6th, right? I was chief of staff at DOD on January 6th. Days before January 6th, I was in the Oval Office with the president, the Secretary of Defense, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff on a foreign matter. And on that day, he goes, hey, you know, how's it looking for January 6th? Do you guys have everything you need? And he goes, I'm going to authorize up to 10 to 20,000 National Guardsmen and women if you guys need them anywhere in the country. The reason that's important is because we can't uniformly deploy military in the United States. That's what the National Guard's for. But in order to do that, the president has to, 1, authorize it, and 2, the mayor or governor, so it's D.C., so it's the mayor and the Capitol Police and the Speaker of the House are in charge, have to request the deployment of troops. We went to them days before January 6th. We went to Bowser, we went to Pelosi. They said no in writing. We were excoriated for it. Your guys are lying. You didn't offer this up. If you had been there, this would have never happened. Well, actually, President Trump preemptively authorized 10 to 20,000 National Guard. And what happened? I spent the next 3 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees testifying before Congress, proving up just what I had said was the truth. Then the documents came. We finally got them out because I know what we had written. And it showed Bowser in writing declining National Guard. It showed Pelosi in writing saying no to the Capitol Police. Don't get the National Guard.
So they wanted it to be chaos.
Well, that I'll leave to you on that. But what I'm telling you is they knew what was true. They knew what was false. And I'm not asking you to give an opinion on the events of January 6th. But had 10,000 of my guys been there, do you think it would have gone differently?
Yeah, 100%.
They stopped it, and they spent years lying. And now we're still lying about that authorization, even though we've put it to bed, like Russiagate, like Hunter Biden's laptop, 51 intel letter. They keep doing it over and over again.
What about agent provocateurs that were involved in January 6th?
So what we just released to Congress was, I think we're still digging through it, is there was a couple of dozen sources that were involved with January 6th. And so we're getting Congress those files, and the American people are going to learn the extent of that. We're doubling down on our investigation on the pipe bomber because we think it's of great public importance that someone almost blew up the headquarters for the RNC and DNC. And, oh, by the way, the vice president of the United States happened to be in the vicinity of that pipe bomb.
How did that pipe bomb not detonate? Was it faulty? Or did they never activate it?
Yeah, it's the latter. And so, but we keep going back to events like January 6th, and I keep trying to say, hey, again, don't trust me. We put out the truth about Russiagate, about 51 intel letter, about Hunter Biden's laptop, about the National Guard on January 6th. These are the guys that are now in charge about these sensitive issues like the pipe bomber and all this information you want. So we're the ones that are reopening these investigations and doubling down on them. COVID origins. We think that there was definite foul play, but my opinion is irrelevant. It only matters what I can show to the American people and prove. And that's what we're working on.